Okay, so today we will be creating this dashboard. So in this dashboard, you can see the outer part is my template. So this box here and all these box are my template. So how can we create a template is through this website. So if you go inside figma.com and create a login, so I would recommend you to create a login now, so we can start together.
Figma.com.
Yeah.
So try Figma for free. So we have to create an account, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Sign up for an account. So interactive underscore dashboard contains your final output. And you need to download interactive underscore dashboard underscore cube. In this, we will work to create a dashboard. So yeah, so we will work on interactive underscore dashboard underscore cube. Good morning, Javaria.
So only we need to download this file, interactive QTWD.
So we will work on so interactive underscore dashboard contains my final output, final dashboard, but we will work on interactive dashboard underscore Q today. So in this, we will create that dashboard.
Okay.
Chavadia, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Morning. How are you?
Morning. Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Not bad.
Okay. So today we will create this dashboard. So
Okay.
if you look at this dashboard, the outer part is your template. So your black box here, you see three white box here. This is your template. So first we will draw this template. So in order to draw this template, we need to create a login inside figma.com. So go in figma.com and create your user. You need to sign up in figma.com.
Sir, can you please share this link please, on Skype?
Yeah, sure. I will send this in your chat box. Okay, I will send that in Skype.
So in the Figma, which dashboard I have to open?
Have you created the account?
Yeah, I've created. I got.
Then go inside project. I think create a project option should be there in that corner.
Which option? Sorry.
Create a project should be there. Create a project.
Create a project.
Yeah, click on that.
Create new team. There is.
Yeah. Create that. Create new team.
In the team name, they're asking like which name. So just putting the data analyst.
Yeah, you can.
It's asking for email address of other collaborations.
You can skip that, I think.
Okay, so there is one starter that is free. So
Yeah.
starter.
It should come the page should be something like this.
Okay, now I'm on other dashboard. So what to do here?
So you are on the single page that I have shared my screen. So is this page visible to you?
This page is visible to me, but in my mind, it's like there is written there like team project files in your team project can be accessed.
And you can click here plus and add a new page.
Okay.
We will work on page 2.
Yes,
Are you able to get this page?
yeah, I'm on this page.
Okay. So Himal,
Yes, sir.
are you on this page?
Yes, sir.
Javaria, let's wait 2 more minutes. Not take much time.
Yes, I'm creating it. I'm just.
So this template is used for like an index or like
This, here we will create a template. I will show you the steps. You will clear once I show you all the steps.
So we need to do design with Figma or whiteboard with Figma.
You can choose any.
actual design.
So which start from preset or templates? So
Yeah.
blank canvas. So what we need to do?
You might have option to create a team project here. You can go in that.
Which project, sir?
So what's visible in your page? What's showing up in your page?
So after choosing the design with Figma, so there is asking what you want to choose, like which design template you want to choose.
You can skip that. You need to create a new team project. Skip that, I think.
Sorry, sir.
You need to skip that, and you need to create a new project,
Okay.
new team project.
And so after where we need to go, start new.
Yeah.
So it's asking a design file or FigJam file.
Can you share your screen? First,
Oh, okay.
I will stop my screen.
So can you see it?
Now, try once again.
So now,
It's nothing visible. It's all black. Yeah, yeah. Now on the right, you will see on left at create new team. Not there.
sorry,
In the left side.
left side.
Create
Yeah.
new team on the
On the
bottom.
yeah. Create new
The
team.
bottom there is a option create new team. Yeah. Here just write data analyst or anything. Just skip this one. There is a
Skip for now. Yeah. Skip.
at the bottom. Yeah. Choose first one starter. Yeah.
Go inside team project. Yeah. Yeah. Now
So team project.
your new file.
So it's asking design file or FigJam file. For import or browse from templates. So this 4 options.
So if you go click on team project, that will create new one. No, on offer side. Yeah. Yeah. Think there. Yeah. Right. Give some name. Yeah. Create project. Double click. Okay.
So where I need to double click.
So right now we have created one name. Where's that name?
There's a new project here. System, members settings, invite members.
Yeah. Once you click on that team
Where
project in the middle. In the
so for team project is again asking design, FigJam importer.
inside system analyst. Not system analyst. Which one did you give? Business analyst to system analyst. Yeah, the double click on the middle one, middle project, team project. Not here, in the middle one. Cancel. Yeah, cancel this. Yeah, yeah. In the middle one, build your own team library. Yeah, yeah. Double click. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, going click down arrow of page one on the left. You will see up, yeah, up
Which one,
page
sir?
one. You will see page one there. Up more.
On the
Scroll down.
top, on the top.
Yeah, on the top.
On the top, there's assets and there is page one option.
Page one.
Drop down button. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Add to plus. Yeah. Click that. Yeah. Okay. So here we will be creating one template.
So what we need to write it down here?
Leave as is. Here we will
Okay.
create one template. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, I will share my screen.
So you can stop sharing.
Mm.
Okay. So now here you will see rectangle option. So click on rectangle and create one layout. So this is my one layout. So in Tableau, if you have downloaded your interactive dashboard cube, here you have written your custom size as to 1200 into 800, right? So we need to create my rectangle with width my 1200. So here let's change this to 1200 and my height to 800.
So we need to go for this one.
So we are creating 1200 by 800 size rectangle. So here you will have option of width and height.
Do we
Also
need to
change.
upload something?
So
No, no.
first we need to create a rectangle. Create a
Okay.
rectangle of size 1200 by 800. Also reduce your zoom percentage to 84% because it will take much space. So if you do 84%, then you have one clear image. So this is your 1200 by 800. Convert this to white, I think. Let's convert this to white background. Okay. So the code is FF 6F. If you press here 6F, the background will be white. And your size would be 1200 by 800. So to change the size, you need to go from here 1200 to 800. So then once
So
you do
we need
this,
to write it down white.
so here you will write you can choose your background color. Here this white push color. Or
Okay.
you can add a code of 6F. Yeah.
6.
6F FFF 6
Okay.
times. Okay.
Okay.
Then you need to again go on rectangle and create one side panel, and
Mine,
then
it's not. Even I 6 times still gray.
sorry.
I pressed 6 time F, but it's still gray.
Okay, then manually change from here. Choose this white option.
So mine is white now.
Then again drag one rectangle and change the, because we are creating this portion, this part. So this part has some round shape in corner, right? So in corner you will see some round shape here, right? So to create a round shape, we will go in here and then give 30. 30. If you give 30, this will create your round corners. Okay.
So this is frame.
Yeah. So let's convert this to black. For black, it is um, 2 2B 2B 2C. Yeah. Type 2B 2B 2C. This will convert into black. So this frame, we are creating this frame first. The first frame.
So how can we put the frame here? Okay, all right, just drag it. Okay.
Drag, yeah, drag rectangle. Yeah.
So it's 120 by 200. Sorry, 420 by 200.
Yeah, you can make your adjustable size. You can make your own adjustable size.
So, what's the width of this rectangle?
So yeah, you can make your own adjustable size. Right now, I have given 262 by 668. You can adjust on your own as per your requirement. You can adjust.
So how did you make it black?
For black, your color is 2B, 2B, 2C here.
28282C. Yeah.
2B, 2B, 2C.
Okay.
Okay, then we will go in effects and we will add some shadow. So here, let's add some shadow 50 blur.
So
A bit of
why your frame is round and mine is square? Like edges are.
to change the edges to round, you need to
Oh,
go here and change to 30.
okay.
Okay. And then add effect. In effect, choose shadow and add 15. Let's say, yeah, I have added. Not 15, let's add 30. 30 blur. Okay. So once this is done, again go in rectangle and drop one rectangle here. Again change the angle to 30. And this time your
So how
background.
did you do shades?
So
So
to add shades, you need to go in effect
yeah.
and then drop shadow. And here you can choose one blur. You can do 15-20 blur. You can do. So again, choose one rectangle and then change the edges. Also convert this to the background color, which is my 6F, and choose blur to 15. So if you do choose the blur, then you will have your panel, something will be like this. So right now we have created one panel, this one, the first one. Okay. And likewise, we will create 3 panels, do a copy and then paste 2 times, 2 more times. And in the middle, we will have a big panel. So in the middle, just drag and create a big panel here.
So you created three small.
Yeah, yes, three small panel for adding my profit, total orders, and profit ratio. So
Okay.
and then one panel here.
Dimensions of each panel, the above one, three panels are assigned. Yeah.
Yeah, 245.
It's
My one is
easy.
245.
So it's easy. Like you have already shown us the format that how it's looked like. So it's
Yeah,
easy to imagine and do. If you
yeah.
don't have any idea, it's like depends on us how we make it.
You
Mm.
can choose. You can choose. You can go in Google and you can see lots and lots of template there, and you can create your own.
Okay. Because now you have shown us already the clear version of the format, so it's easy what to create next.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it will have taken us a lot of time, isn't it, for this one
yeah,
to
yeah,
make?
yeah. So, yeah. So yeah. So to have a rough idea, you can Google dashboard design. Here you can see. I have also Googled and taken one from
Hmm.
internet. So yeah. So you can take any from here. You can see.
Hmm.
You can choose anyone dashboard. I have also Googled and taken that dashboard.
Hmm. Otherwise, by making our own, it's very hard to figure it out. And
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah. I'm just showing you the basic one.
Yeah,
Uh, the more complicated one you can download on your own
yeah,
from
okay.
internet.
So we
Okay.
can add like a video, some videos format, something like that, and this dashboard or not?
Video, we can add images we are gonna add. We'll add
Yeah,
this image there too.
we can add image, but we can't add videos.
Videos need to check. I'm not sure if we can add videos or not. I think we can, but I need to check. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think if you can image, then I think we can add videos as well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that later. So I'll do by once. I'll try. It's, it's
Yeah.
it's like fun doing these things. You know?
Hmm. So create. So and the last you will have one panel here. So this will be my template. So let's move this a bit up because the sides are not synchronous. So move this up. So are you able to create this one till
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Let's just put up size. So we have created this box. So 3, 4, 5 box are there. Now we need to create one 4 bar here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
For that, again we will go in rectangle. and change this to 20. And this one need to change the color, make this color a bit, yeah, this one will be fine. Copy this.
We can change any color, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, we can edit the color. So I will copy this and paste in new page. And, because this is only one shape that we will be using, and the remaining four is we are replicating 1 to 4.
So we need to do the same.
Yeah, for one, we need to only create for one, and the remaining one we are replicating. So,
So you copy this one in a new page.
yeah, new page. Yeah, copy this new page. Let's remove this. Now,
So when I'm copying, it's giving three options like copy as CSS or CV, SVG or PNG.
PNG. Let's,
PNG.
yeah, do PNG.
So what we need to copy?
So copy one box, this box, if you see here, 4 box. So we will create one box and we will replicate one box into 4. So now, once this is ready, so click on the outside, then click on paste, and then you will see an option export. Have a preview. In your preview, you should have this dashboard similar to my one. Do you have this dashboard? In preview, you should have this dashboard.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then click on export. Then it will be sorry for the why this is. So your PNG files would be so did you download that file?
I
I mean,
downloaded. It's only downloaded the whole dashboard. I can say just the picture.
yeah, picture. We need picture.
Yeah.
So once we have the picture, then let's go inside the Tableau interactive dashboard queue in dashboard 2.
But I cannot preview anything in preview. So do I need to copy this one or save something?
You need to export this. So go in outside and then click on paste. Then you will have here export option. So once you have exported your file, then you need to go in tableau and choose image here. So everyone has
So,
exported the files.
Yeah.
so where we need to export? Please, can we please show it again?
So you can export in your desktop. Just click here, export,
Okay.
and export, and then it should be download. You can down. It should be in your repository. You're looking the
Okay.
same. Then go inside interactive dashboard cube, which I have created one. And here what we have custom size is 1200 by 800. So we have created our design, and this design is our 1200 by 800, right? So in this figure, our image will be fit. We can fit our image in this figure. So in objects we have image, drag and drop that image, and then from here choose the one that we have downloaded right now. So I have downloaded this one. If I click OK,
Do we need to open in Tableau this one?
yeah, size is not. What's the size?
Can you please just tell me once, like, how did you import this file in Tableau?
So did you? So I fitted my PNG. It looks something like this.
PNG.
But
Yeah.
so I dragged image.
Okay, drag image. Okay.
This also you need to add two squares here. I forgot to add three ellipse here. This will be our icon. So add three ellipse here. make it 36 by 36 and change this color to black. This will be my 36 by 36. I'll change this color to black. And then this will be in my 36 by 26. I'll change this. And once done, if you download this file, it should open something. It should be like this. Okay, so everyone have this template added in Tableau.
Yes, sir. Listen.
Okay, so now
Import the image, but it's not showing.
so I have downloaded my image. So if you export this, if you go and export this, click on this outside and then click on this, you'll have this option, preview option. So in preview option, does your dashboard look similar to this one, the one you have created?
Just the like in Tableau, can we adjust these table sizes, or it's gonna work as an image?
So it's gonna work as an image.
Okay.
Had enough time, haven't we?
Yeah. So now I will start then. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to add this 3 KPIs, right? So this 3 KPI we have already created the KPI last time. Remember we did KPI creation for our superstore sales KPI. We have added 4 KPIs here. So similar to this one, we will create for calculating total profit and total order and then profit ratio. So my total profit will be, so last time we created the total profit, right? So for total profit, we will simply drag and drop my profit change percentage in text and then my sum of total profit. So here's my sum of profit. So this will be, let's keep this up. And now we will go and change the format. So we will increase by 14. Yeah, it's already increased by 14. Now in the dashboard, we will make our floating, and then we will simply drag our profit and drop here. Okay. So if we do this, we will have our total profit still there. Likewise, we will create for total. So first one was my total profit. So we did first one, and second one is my total order. Total order, even the process is same. So we created this KPI, this calculate from the last time. So we will use sales percentage change. Of this no, this should not be sales percentage change. So this is my total order ID. So what I have done is I have counted distinct order ID. So this was my order. Yeah, so this is my order ID. So if I pull my order ID out, so this is my order ID, right? So these are my order ID. So what I did is I did a count distinct here. So count distinct gives me the distinct unique values of order ID. So if I do a distinct here, so this will give me count distinct order ID. So I'll keep this in my text, and I will create the percentage change for my order ID, like we did for profit and sales. We need to create for order ID. So first one will be mine. So I will create one duplicate, and this will be my this will be order by year, and if current year, then so order ID is my string, so I can keep this in the string. So if so the, in this one we have added the latest year and current year indicator. So we have created this current year indicator last time. So right now, last time we have added profit. So right now we are adding order ID. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create this KPI for order. So we have created 509 total order ID we know, and now I'm creating the percentage sales in comparison with previous year. That KPI. So right now I have created one order for current year. Likewise, I need to create an order for last year, previous year. So I will create a duplicate. This, and this will be my this will be order of previous year, and we need to provide here ID. This is this condition is null, then it will be then it will have 0. If null gives us the output, if the first condition is null, then second condition will be applied. So we create I have created order current year and order previous year. Now create a percentage change. I will double click it and then this is my order change. Count 16 order current year minus from 16 of order previous year. And last one is percentage change. So this will be again duplicate here. So my order change of distinct of order current year minus distinct of order previous year divided by previous year. This will also be my count distinct. So now I will apply this matrix. Okay, this will be my KPI for order. This is the comparison of current year versus previous year. So this one I have already told you when we created this KPI. So the process was, the first one was calculate maximum max year. This will give me latest. So for this we have one calculated field. This will give me my current year. So here we took max of year, we applied fixed. So I have explained you regarding LOD, expression fixed. So we have fixed our order date, and this is year, and we have taken max, so that every time we get latest date, right? So this will give me latest date. So for this my calculate field is current year indicator. Likewise, second step was calculate previous year. For previous year, what we did. So my previous year was -1 of my current year. So this is max will give my current year, and -1 will give me the previous year. So that was my previous year indicator. Then we did percentage change. Then we calculated profit, right? So if current year, then give me profit, else don't give, else give nothing. So in this way, we calculated profit next year, and then again we calculate profit for previous year. So for previous year. And then in fifth point, we calculate percentage. We calculate change previous and next. And then in the sixth step, we calculate percentage change. And after calculating percentage change, if we go in default properties, new format, custom, this format we have applied. That's why we see up arrow here, so up and down arrow. So this formatting we have applied then. So this gives me this KPI, this arrow indicator. Okay. So are you with me in this?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. I'm just I stuck at one point, but I couldn't do it after that.
So that's how we create total orders. And then for profit ratio, we will,
Which file we're using for this one?
it's interactive underscore dashboard underscore Q.
Okay, so that's in
That's inside your week 6. Have to put this
all right.
position week 6.
Okay.
So for profit ratio, we'll put profit ratio, and then the KPI will be the same profit change, and we'll drag and drop my total orders here. Likewise, my total profit ratio here. So this way, we get, let's do this a bit more. This way we get 3 KPIs. We have added 3 KPIs. So this 3, we have added this 3. And then my line chart will be, so this is my line chart for last 5 days. So what I did here is, here in my edit filter you will see my date range is from, so my maximum date is till December 30, 2018. So I have taken data from 18 to 30, like 10 days of data I have taken last 10 days, and I have added here days. Okay. So days I have added so that I can get my daily sales. So I will put this information, my daily sale, in the middle. Daily sales is here, uh, and then here in the left we will see top 5 subcategory. So let's create this top 5 subcategory. So here you will see we have designed this to add bubbles at last, the circle on the last here. So we will try to create this dashboard, this bar chart now. So my top 5. So I will pull subcategory first. And here we have subcategory. We'll put subcategory and we will cell. We will add cell label, and then we will choose top 5. So to choose top 5, we click in filter and then go in top, and by field we choose here 5, then apply. So now you see this in your square shape, but in the output here you have in like we have a circle in the edges, right? So to add a circle in the edges, what we need to do is we have a trick here. So let's enlarge the size to entire, and then we need to add average of 0 here. Yeah, average of 0. So once we have added average of 0 here, we need to put this information to our near cells. We need to put this information, and then we need to convert our shape to line. So once we do this, we need to copy our laser to path, and then so once we do this, then we need to increase our label size. So yeah, something similar like this, and then we need to remove to hide these numbers. So these numbers end line, which is exclude the end lines, and then in the font we will match the match color, mark color. So we will match this color, and in color we will change this to now this one should be match. My there's a match color. Let's do a bold, and then and let's change at the end. Okay. And now let's change this color to
So everything we do in Tableau and just copy and everything linked to the
sorry.
everything we have to do in Tableau, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, we are designing
Before
this.
before you taught us to do some Tableau work and everything, isn't it? Is it similar to that one?
This one right now we are designing the bar graph. This one, this one. So what we did, we generate a template in in Figma, and then we saved that as an image, and we uploaded that image in Tableau, right? And in Tableau we did all sort of manipulation. We calculated KPIs for total profit, total orders, and profit ratio. And now what we are doing is, so we have completed this 3 part. So now what we are doing is we will add this part. So this is my bar graph, but the bar graph, the edges is round here. So I'm trying to create these edges similar to this one. So this is the one what I'm trying to create. Just in format and change the color to brown. Brown. This looks good. So if we try to add let's say here, so it looks congested, right? Let's remove this. This looks a bit congested, right? So let's add this number inside the markup. That's alignment. Just to inside this one and convert this to white. Yeah. So if we do this, but let's add this inside our bar. Yeah, this one. Okay. So let's give some games. Let's also remove down here. We also see this line, dotted line. This is also this panel. And so now yeah, the zero line should be ignored here. We were saying this line here, right? This one line, this line. So you need to ignore this line. No. will have, yeah, now this looks a bit good, but let's change the title to line and the color to straightforward. Medium. This looks a bit good now. So what I did is, so this was initially this was, if we do a replica of this, duplicate of this, then so my initially my so if you plot a bar graph, then the bar graph will look something like this. So if we do on here and put a cell, so right now my size is increased, so it's my size. So my bar graph would be something like this, right? So this is in rectangle shape, right? So if I want to change this rectangle to have a square, to have a circle on the edges, what? So for that, we need to first, let's convert this to into top 5 only. Okay. So if we do top 5, then it will give me top 5 bar graph. So to convert the edges into round, what we need to, we have a trick here. So we need to calculate average of 0. Suppose if we do average of 0. So why we need 0? Because to have the edge point which is rounded. Okay. So if I apply this in my columns, and then I need to convert these columns to this to line. So if I do this and then convert, drag and drop my measures to path. Okay. If I do this, then if I increase my size, then it looks something similar to the edges are circle. So this is how we create a circle edges. Like this is how we create the bar graph that looks something like this. And here we will add this subcategory, the amount, sales amount. We add here in text, then this will give me something like this. So this is what we did. Okay. So then we drag and drop our information in this dashboard. Yeah. So are you with me? Are you following me? So are you following me? Like, did you create this dashboard?
So I'm not following you. I'm just watching because you're just going and I can't catch you up. So
So, did you create a template and did you save that to PNG file?
I've just
What-
saved. I stopped working from the when I take this save the image, and we had to, paste in the Tableau. So I did not do that because if I was doing, then I was missing like what you are doing. So that's why I just stopped it.
Okay, you can try this later and okay, try this later and then if you have a question, then
Yeah.
we can discuss.
Okay.
So, but you are understanding, right, what we have done till now. So any questions like what we have done? You have any questions here? Like,
I as far as I know, like we are just copying the data from to the Tableau from the
yeah, from the individual sheet, we are
Figma.
Yeah, from the individual sheet, we are copying that to our main
But I have a
dashboard.
question, sir. Like, what's the why we using Figma? Like, even in the Tableau dashboard, we can combine all the sheets like at one dashboard. Like, we can do that as well. Then why we using Figma? I have this question.
So yeah, for just generating this template, right? So in even we can do in Tableau, but we can generate this template. This box is right. This box is we can generate this box in Tableau. So we need to use a specific template to generate these boxes. So right now we generate on our own using Figma. We can even download one PNG file from internet, but it should match your size because it should be like 1200 by 800 pixel. It should be, and then you can download that pixel, this 1200 by 800 pixel image, and you can simply drop your image here like I did. You can even download that from internet, but your size should be equivalent to 1200 by 800 or whatever size you try to create your dashboard. You can adjust your size. Yeah, the image should match with your size to create a dashboard. And then, okay, so this is how we added this five category, and then the last one, in last one, I have added this information. This contains order ID, customer name, segment, order date, and country. And I will put this information also. This is all details. Okay, put this information here. So then this, after putting this information here, and then we have one KPI, total sales KPI. So let's add that also. So to add total sales KPI, I have also created that sales KPI. So here we can see sales KPI. So put this information. And now, so this I have all created this KPIs and converted the font size. So if you do all this from scratch, you need to create on your own. So right now I did it, so it's not like it looks like it's uh, it's not taking time. But if you start doing by yourself, creating all KPIs, and it will take a bit of time to do by yourself from scratch. So what I would say is, once you have your PNG image created via Figma, okay, and then what you can do is create your own Tableau file, create your new Tableau document, and import this file. So this file is contains superstore data. So import this file and try to create each and every calculated field that we have created here. So try to create all by yourself, one by one, and try to play with it, like what's going on, what we are doing, how the dashboard is being created. So try to create all this by yourself and then try to play with your dashboard. Then it will make more sense to you. So yeah, And now, so add this button. So this button, let's create one more. Okay. This will be on the basis of category. Subdivision. Yeah, subdivision. And let's enlarge this entire view. And then let's go and save. And from save, we'll choose more save. And here I have, so in template repository, inside saves, I have added that this icon. This one we have created in Figma. This one. So I have added that image inside my document tab to repository save dashboard. So this image I have added here. So this image can be pulled to Tableau. Once you go inside save and choose dashboard, and you can pull this information into dashboard. So if you do this, you'll have four icons. So let's increase the size, and then let's add a label. So labels should be in your middle. So it should be right, and then let's increase the font size. Let's see, color will be white. So once we do this, then if we pull the seat 18, yeah, see what happens. So we'll hide this information. This information will hide. Now, and I will change the format, and then inside seat, inside paint, I will choose none so that it will match my background. Choose none, and then I will move the central of it inside. So central is here. Do this. It still have some divider panel, even row panel is none. Still have divider panel. So this all is none. Features is none. This also, yeah, row dividers also none. So this will be none. Okay. this looks good now. I have already applied the action here. I already applied this filter. So whenever I hover, so this action filter does whenever I have applied hover feature here. So whenever I hover this field, it automatically changes all the menu. Charts. So this is, yeah, so this is the one, this is the dashboard. So try to play this. So once you have your template created through Figma, try to create your own sheet and try to replicate all the things that I have done by yourself. So right now this dashboard is not complete. So icon is missing here. So 1, 2, 3 icon we need to add here. So in profit, what you can do, you can choose one icon. Profit, let's say money icon. You can choose. You can add this money icon. This money icon over here. So how to add icon, I have already explained to you. So in last week or before, I told you to add help icon. So we have added help icon in our dashboard, right? So likewise, you can add this money icon in a similar way. You can add this money icon. So here you can order. So you can add this icon over here, and your profit ratio. You can choose simple type of icon, and you can add this icon. So your icon will be your homework. So you need to add this icon by yourself, and also try to see what we can do more, how we can enhance this dashboard to make it more attractive. What we can do, you will see that. So yeah, so try to add this icon by yourself. I will do this in next week class. Try to add this icon, and we will add more feature in this dashboard, more complicated features we will add in this dashboard. In this dashboard. So create this by yourself once, then you will have more picture of what's going on around. So yeah, I think you can create this by yourself after watching this video. All the formulas are there. So if you know, if you have any confusion about any formula, you can simply go and right click here and then check the formula. Check the formulas. So any question? Or nowadays, what we do in organization, we create a good looking dashboard. So this is like a modern dashboard, you would say. So Tableau don't have this kind of feature. In Tableau, we can do dashboard similar to this one. Let's see. So if we embed a separate template, and if we embed that template and add this information, this looks good and really attractive to the end user. If you show someone this dashboard, they will think, yeah, we have done some good work, because it's visually appealing and it looks good, right? Do you feel that this dashboard looks good or not? But we can add more thing here, like we can add icon here, 3 icons here. We can add more feature here. We'll see that. Okay. Try to replicate this by yourself. And yeah, and if you have any question, then you can ask me. Yeah. So yeah, let's take 5 minutes break and we will start with uh, like we have one exploratory data analysis in Python. We will start with that. Okay. So see you. I will be in 5 minutes break now. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No one's back now. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Uh,
So it's Nocturne and I think they are in break. So I will start now. Navjot and Javadi, are you there?
send a message on the Skype so that they will know that.
Navjot, Javadia. It's been 5 minutes, right? Iman?
I think. Yeah, I think it's more than 5 minutes.
Mm. Was that helpful? Tableau work which I did today. Was that
Yeah,
helpful?
sir. I didn't know that one before. If I have known this one before while we studying
Mhm.
for presentation and everything, that's easy.
Yeah.
I use the
Yeah, we can use an existing template, and yeah, that's the modern designing,
yeah, that
yeah, because usually in industries nowadays we don't work on the usual ongoing work. We don't do in Tableau. We all create a build for template, and we always work on templates.
yeah, that's easy to know as well.
But you need to do by yourself. I don't think you guys are trying by yourself. You're not trying by yourself. I don't think so.
Mm.
Because if you have tried by yourself, then everything would make sense to you. But right now, I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, but right now, I feel like it's not making sense to you much, right?
Mm. If you do by ourselves, then it's more.
Yeah. If you do by yourself,
I find this easy as well. I find this more interesting to do these things as well.
yeah, you will find this in YouTube even if you Google, you check in YouTube, you will find this tutorial even how to create a modern dashboard. If you check,
Yeah.
you will find that in YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I'll look after that as well.
Javadia, Navjot. So I will start then.
Oh, okay, sir.
So exploratory
Now
data
start.
analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you telling something to me?
Now we're starting with Python.
Yeah, now we are starting Python. We are starting exploratory data analysis in Python.
Oh, okay, sir.
What should I do? Is wait or not? So let's start. I will start then. Okay. I will start. So last week we discussed about exploratory data analysis. So it's a preliminary analysis that we do for checking whether my data is good or not, whether in my data whether I have any missing values, or my data is missing some important information or not. So it's about checking and doing preliminary data analysis. Preliminary data analysis. Find the trend and pattern. So that's why we use exploratory data analysis. So my main library for analysis is, as we know, pandas is for this is for my data manipulation. Data manipulation, and this is for my scientific computation. I plot as priority for visualization. We will also use Seaborn. So Seaborn is also used for visualization. And we will also use pandas profiling. So pandas profiling is this streamlines all exploratory data analysis we do. So in one single single line of code, we can generate all sort of exploratory analysis by using pandas profiling. So we will see that even at last. So it will streamline all exploratory analysis that we do manually by using this library. We will check that. So pandas underscore profiling, we have profile report. So this profile report does all the streamline. So it generates the report so that we don't need to do all sort of exploratory analysis manually. So I will show this at last. Profile report. So now let's start with initial data exploration. So I have downloaded this dataset from Kaggle. So if you search for this dataset in Kaggle, you will find that for CSV. So my data is supermarket underscore sales dot CSV. So dot head gives me the header record, and dot tail if we do, then this will give me my trailer record, last 5 records. So let's look at dot head. So when looking at my supermarket sales dataset, what we have invoice number, branch, in which branch the sales was performed, that in which branch the sale was made, which city, what was the customer type, this gender, what product we buy, price, and how much percentage of tax that product covered, payment type, how was the payment done, whether it was in cash or you it, what was the total gross amount, and finally my rating, what was the rating on this particular product for this invoice number, what was the rating. So this information we have in our data. Yeah. So if you want to see the columns, so you can see columns, this gives me all the columns. So if you want to look the data type, and do D types. So right now objects, so these are in objects. So my date is also in object. So I will convert my date to from object to date time. So to do that is, how can we do is date equals vt dot to underscore date time. So now if I look at my data type, so we can see my date format. Now I will set my index to, I will set my index as date. Set index, and I will do this equals true, so that it permanently set my data frame with index as date. So now if you look at my date, I can see the index and my data type also date has proper date format. So this is my initial data exploration. Also, what we can do df dot describe. So if we do here describe, so this gives me all numerical field, all mean, average, quartiles, and 25th and 75th percentile. So unit price have a mean of 55.73. Maximum value is 99.96. So we can see my data. So describe. I can see all min max and the mean. So this come out. So this gives us the all value for numerical field. For example, for, for taxes and for total or numerical field, you will see the descriptions. I mean max or numerical field. So whenever we do exploratory data analysis, what we take into account is after looking at my top 5 rows, we come up with few questions like what can we derive the insight from this data. We look for few questions. So one question, let's start with one by one. So one question, first question, what we can think of is from here is what does our distribution of customer rating looks like. So I have rating here. So I want to look my distribution for rating. So is it skewed? Is it skewed or not? Or is it symmetrical? I want to look that for customer rating. So how can we do this is to SNS. So SNS is my so SNS is my Seaborn library. SNS is my Seaborn library. I have used this is used for visualization. So I will use SNS. This dot. If I do this plot and give my rating, so this generates our histogram. This here what we can see, the rating for 4, 6, 8, and 10 looks uniform, right? So we don't see any spike on particular rating. So my rating looks uniform. So rating for 4 contributes 0.02. Also for rating 14 contributes near about 0.18. So we can see uniform distribution here. So the answer for this would be we see a uniform distribution. We don't see any skew in our data. So if we want to add a percentile, let's say, so if I want to add 25th percentile and 75th percentile in this diagram, how can I add is to SMS dot XV line. X and V means vertical line. So my X will be, so first I will add mean. So mean will be my somewhere here between 6 to 8 rating, right? So let's add mean line first. So if I do np dot mean of customer rating, and let's do this color with red, and then line space. So line space will be, let's say, give this dot and label this as mean. So if I AX line. So this is from PLD. So Seaborn doesn't have this feature. So this feature is available through Matplotlib as PLD. So we will use Matplotlib. So here you can see a vertical line. So this is my mean, right? So mean is, if you look at your mean, the mean for this is somewhere around 6.97. It's somewhere here, right? So likewise, we can add percentile in our chart. So if we do AX, similarly copy this, and instead of mean, if we take percentile of rating, so I want 25th percentile, and color this green, and this will be my 25th at 75th. Percentile. So likewise, if I want to add 75th percentile, and this. So this is 25th, and one is my 70%. Right? And this way we can add line. So looking at this plot, we can say my plot is uniform. The rating for 8 or 6 or 10 is consistent. So if you want to plot a histogram for all of my columns, we can simply do a plot list rows. Then this will plot all my numerical fields, but this looks a bit congested, so let's do a figure size. So here you can see my quantity is uniformly distributed. My rating is also uniformly distributed, and my tax percent 5% tax is my right skew. Total is also right skew. Unit price is uniform. COGS is right skewed. Right skewed. Gross income is also right skewed. Gross marginal profit is, so profit has one particular value, and in that value we see the total percentage. So we can see a relation between COGS and 5% tax because both are symmetrical. I mean both are right skewed. So gross income and COGS and tax, these three we can see some relation, and we can see some relation between quantity and rating because they are uniform. So in this way, we can plot all histogram all at once. Okay. So I think you don't have any confusion regarding right skewed, left skewed, uniform distribution. These are all basic. Right? So mean, standard deviation, percentile, 25th percentile. I think these all things should be clear to you now. Okay. Any question? Any question? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir. This is I have done this before actually. I just know the formula, but this one is like bit different.
We'll practice and then we will have the idea.
So this was one question I came up with. How does my distribution for customer ranking looks like? And likewise, another question that came up with. Sales number. By much branches. So I want to check my branch here, and I want to see if size of one branch differ from another branch or not. So to check the size of my branch, we have a count plot here in SMS. Seaborn library has count plot. So to branch count. So here we can see my three branches are equally distributed. You don't see any spike on one particular branch. So this gives me the count of each branch. So this is the branch information, and the count plot gives you the count of each branch. So three branch looks quite uniform. We don't see any spike in any particular branch. So we can even check through the branch dot value. See the value. So this is 42. So it's quite close to 42. So likewise, if you want to see likewise if you want to see your payment type, you want to see the size of your payment type, what we can do in the similar fashion. Can see payment. So the customers are mostly paying their amount through e-wallet and cash. They are not using credit card. So credit card is least popular, and e-wallet is the most popular method of payment. You can even look at our customer, what type of customer do we have. You can check that. So both customer looks, the size looks normal or uniform. So normal and member would have uniform distribution. So here we can, this is the analysis, this is the plot that we need for one variable, for one particular field, right? So this is how we do analysis for one particular field. If my field is categorical, for example, here my branch was categorical, A, B, C was the branch, and payment was also has three categories. So for doing categorical plot, we use count plot. So for looking at numerical value or numerical value, we did a histogram here. So this was for one particular field. So for one field, we did for categorical field, we did count plot. For numerical field, we did histogram. So if we have multiple fields, so let's say in question 3, So, so we're looking at the data. So we need to have a mindset in like which diagram I will be using, which plot I will be using. It should have that sense. Which plot you will be using. So you will be using histogram when you have only one variable, right? And you will be using box plot when we have categorical information. So you need to have in your mind like which plot will make sense, which plot I can use. So you need to have that sense in your mind. So if I want to see the relationship between two fields, so is there a relation, say, gross income and external rate? See the relationship. So for relationship between two variables, we use a scatter plot. Scatter plot. So I want to see the relationship between my rating, rating and a gross income. If you do this, here we don't see any particular trend increasing or decreasing. We don't see any relationship between gross and rating. If we do a regression plot, so regression plot gives you the relationship, if there is any relationship or not. So here we don't see line looks straight, right? So we have discussed this previously. I'm not sure this is it's open paint. So if my distribution is something like this, then it means we have no relationship, right? And if my distribution is increasing like this trend or it's decreasing like this, then this is my positive relationship, right? This is positive. This is negative, and this is no relationship. So we have discussed this in statistics, I think, in second or third lecture. So here we see the line is straight. So here we don't have any relationship between rating and gross profit. So let's check if there's any relationship between branch and gross income. So my question 4 would be, is there a relationship between branches and gross income? So here we will do box plot, SMS dot box plot. Df bracket branch and comma df bracket gross income. So why we choose box plot here? Because we have 3 categorical value, right? So to display 3 categorical value into one, we use box plot. Even if we had one categorical value, we can use box plot, but the in y-axis it should be your continuous variable. The value can be the value should be varying. For example, gross income varies, whereas in your x-axis, if your value is categorical, for example, A or B or some fixed amount like a person is normal or member, if you have some categorical information, then we use box plot to visualize. For numerical information, we use histogram. But if we have a categorical information, then we use a box plot to visualize information. So looking at the box plot here, so this A, B, and C three box plot looks symmetrical, and above 75 percentile we see high value for box C, and and one or two outliers for A and B. So this will not have a big impact because the median looks the middle line is median, so median looks symmetrical for all the branches. So likewise, if you want to see the relationship between gender, even the gender is evenly distributed. You can see the gross income for male and female looks symmetrical. Don't see like in or spike in male or female gender. So my next question would be, so looking at data, what can be my next question? So these all questions you need to derive by yourself. So when you do analysis, what sort of thing you can find in your data. So all these questions you need to do, you need to have these questions in your mind, like by looking at this data. So what questions you can come up with. So these questions should come up in your mind by looking at the data, and then you do all sort of visualization, all sort of findings. So is there or not disabled? So doing analysis or visualization is not that important, but the important thing is you understand your data, and once you understand your data and what things you can retrieve from your data, what sort of manipulation or visualization you can do from your data. So that is the main thing. Is there a notice about time to end loss? So now I want to see, based on my gross income, is there any increasing or decreasing trend in my data? So here we can see the date is, it can be repeated because a customer can purchase something, can purchase one or two items or three items in one day. So we will aggregate this date field, and we will take, then we will take the mean of gross income, and then we will visualize the trend. So to aggregate my information, we use group by, right? So I will use df.group by and df.index, a group on this of index, and then I will take the mean. If I do this, now you can see my 1000 records has been decreased to 89 records. So it has been merged on basis of my index. Index is date. Right? Now I need, by taking mean, I need only index. So if I check this, so this is my index, and then by taking mean, I only need gross profit, right? So specify my gross income here. So this is my gross income. So now I will do a line plot. Why I'm doing a line plot? Because this is my numerical, this is my date field. So once we have a date field, we do a line plot. In line plot, my x will be the index, and my y will be first one. So this looks a bit congested. Let's include to increase the size. Roughly has RC pattern. Uh, so by using this pattern, we can adjust our figure. So it's like using figure dot size. If I give a size, so let's say 8,8. Mat plot. So yeah, you can see the increase in my side. Let's decrease the vertical distance to 5. In this way, you can enlarge your plot. So looking at the plot, we don't see any high spike or increasing trend. The plot looks consistent. Maybe we have taken only last 5 weeks of data. That's why it's not showing any spike in my data. So this is how you can visualize your plot through line chart. So looking at the plot, we don't see any high spike in my data. Gross income is not increasing or decreasing on any particular month. So we can also do, we have SMS pair plot. So this keeps, if you do pair probability, this gives you all sort of relationship between your variable. So, this will take a bit of time. So if we have a small data set, then we use pair plot. So if we have a huge data set, we don't use this pair plot because it gives you all the combinations of your tree. So here we can see all the combinations of my tree. This is my uniform distribution. Here, cops, price does not have an information set. So this all we have. We did this manually. Once we use pair plot, we can generate all this figure all at once. So looking at the figure, you need to interpret what the figure is telling you. So this is my right skew. So all these things we did manually for one by keeping one particular columns. So this gives you pair plot gives you relationship with all the variables we have in our data. Now we can work with dealing with duplicates. Duplicate values. So check if my data frame has duplicate or not, duplicate records or not. We use data.duplicate. So here we can see the false means that you don't have any duplication, but the last 2 record has duplication. So if you want to see the sum of total duplication in my data frame, you can put our sum here. So we have 2 duplicate record in my data. So to view the duplicate record, we can do df bracket is equals true. Then these are my 2 duplicate records in my data set. So if I want to remove this duplicate records, what I can do df dot drop underscore duplicates, bracket in place equals true. So in this equals true for deleting the information permanently from my data frame. So if I check the duplicate records now, so it's still, so duplicate records has been dropped from my data frame. So if we do df dot is any is check whether we have any missing value in my data or not. So is any, and is any checks the null value, and then we do sum of all null values in my data set. So here we can see customer type have 13 records, that is null in my data set. If you want to see percentage of total null records in my data set, so we have 0.131% recorded blank information. 1% of customer type is missing in my data set. So we can also visualize this missing information through sns.heatmap. df.is null, so all the null cases. So here the white one says, like, the white one denotes the missing records. So customer type we have missing records, and here even in total we have missing records. Yeah, even total. So this was not visible in numbers, but once we did visualization, we were able to figure out the missing cases, right? So visualization plays an important role when we do analysis. So in order to remove this missing value, we will impute the mean. So let's impute mean. So the dot fill dot mean, and my this will be now if I do my map. So the value has been imputed for total because that was a numerical field, but the customer type is my categorical field. So to impute value in categorical field, what we will do is we will use mode. So mode, we know, gives us the highest value. So we will use mode of customer. So the customer information that has highest value, we will take that. So if we check the mode of customer, let's go back. Customer type, the highest one comes the first row. Then we do iloc to retrieve first column data for first row, and check. So this will give me normal. So I will impute this value in for all missing cases for customer type. So df dot fill na, impute this value, comma in place equals true. So if I check my visualization now, so I don't have any missing cases, right? So it's showing red because in red you see here the bar here gives you the indication of what value the red in rate what value has been applied. So here we can see the my graph is rate, because in rate we see my scale is 0.0. That's why you see the rate figure. So the scale here gives you the indication of what value we have, what color we are imputing. And any question? So we have profiling. So we discussed like use of work profiling. So through one line of code, we can generate all this sort of information.
Yeah, I have a question. Like in the Jupyter notebook, this is in the like Google Chrome or anywhere. So how can you save this file in your system? So if we have to upload this file in GitHub or anywhere, how can we save and upload it?
So it's the same. It's the same. So where you want to save your file, you
Okay.
can give path, and then in GitHub you can set your. It's the same process.
Okay. And same with okay, R is already installed, so we don't need to save for R. Yeah.
For R,
R Studio is already installed in our computer, so I think we don't need to save like separate file or something.
so if you write any program, then you need to save that.
Okay.
Okay. Right now we are writing this code for doing exploratory data analysis. So we need to save this file.
Okay.
Is this graph and all is making sense to you, right? So this would make sense. It's like you're understanding all these things. So
This is we are just giving the command and it's based on the data, the graphs, like
yeah.
it's showing the graph. Yeah. So I have a question. So like we have different formulas and all. It's really hard to memorize all the formulas. So what's the like? How can we remember it, or if we need to use it? So we have to make the like notes or something, or it's available online, or how it is?
So it is available. Everything is available online. So it
Okay.
depends upon your requirement. Like, for example, if you look at this data set, so we know that if we do a histogram, so histogram will give us all the numerical information, right? So for that numerical information, if you want to plot in Python, so you know that histogram will give you the result. So simply you can do histogram. You can source for plot histogram in Python. If you do, it will show you how you. If you want to do it using matplotlib, so using mat. If you want to do it using cboard, you can do it using cboard, and it will show you that this you need to use this to plot.
Okay.
How to. So if you go in Google and if you check here, you can see like in how you do in cboard. So so this is the problem. This is the problem, right?
Yeah.
So you need to know.
So
You
the
need
life
to,
acts. Sorry. So in the, can you please go back to the same? Yeah. Here, like in the first, there is a SNS dot plot. So in the bracket like commas, that name is the file name life x
this
ext.
is the column name. So here we
This is the
have to
column
go
name.
to,
Okay.
yeah. So this is here we read for rating. So
Rating.
this rating was my column. This rating column. This was my
Okay. So
column.
it's showing only for the rating.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So here we read histogram. Here we read hist, because it will also give us histogram for all the variables, and then we use count plot. So count plot gives me the count for each column, each value in the field. For example, branch has ABC, then it gives the value, how many count we have. We can do that visualization. So you need to have the terminology like scatter plot, or histogram, count plot,
Yeah.
box plot,
Yeah.
box plot, line plot. This thing you need to remember. You don't need to remember all the lines of code, but you need to remember what is box plot, line plot,
Exactly. Yeah.
histograms. Yeah,
Mhm.
that thing you need to remember.
So in this one, like the below one, the scatter plot, there are plenty of scatter plots. So here, yeah, in the
It's not-
command,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go on, yeah, go ahead.
can you please go scroll it up a little bit? Yeah, here, SNS pair plot DF. So
Pair plot.
DF is
Df is your data frame. So,
data frame. Okay.
so where we have loaded the files. Df is
DF. Okay. It's this. So it's like of all the file is.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have profiling, pandas profiling. So if we use profiling and we simply load this file and use profile report, then this will automatically gives us every information. You you don't need to do any sort of analysis by yourself. It will give you how many variables you have, so how many missing columns, missing cells. So simply by using this two line of code, simply reading the file and then you running your profile report, you will get this information. Your missing values, your variable. So your branch has this sort of, so A, B, and C has this sort of value. So by running simply one line of code, you can get all information about your city, about individual field, your relationship, your tax, what percentage it has contributed, even correlation, missing values, your first and duplicate rows, solve by duplicate rows. So by simply running one line of code, even you can get all sort of analysis in pandas by doing profile reporting. You can see some background noise. Could you please mute? Uh, so yeah. So data set will be mypd.csv. So now I'm showing you by using simply pandas profiling, you can generate all sort of visualization all at once. CSV. Profile. Bracket. This data set. So take a bit of time, but it gives you all the information that you need from this data set. We can see here all the variable names and value duplicates, all this shape of your data. So everything is generated through one line of code. First row, last row, duplicate records. So this is very handy, and profiling is often used in industries to look at a glance how your data looks like. So they use profiling.